Hello, everyone. Welcome to another brief sessions. Today, we are together with HotelRunner, Ali and Arden, and we will be talking about future of travel technologies, pre-COVID, during COVID, and post-COVID. What we expect, what's happening, and I hope that we will able to share some good insights together with HotelRunner. So, guys, welcome. How are you today?
Yeah,
Thanks. You're doing great.
thanks for having us today. It's doing good.
So we've been together nearly 9 years, long time. And you guys in London. So can you guys explain a little bit more about HotelRunner? What is HotelRunner? How you guys started? What's happened? In short.
Okay, Arden, you can start.
I can take it. Okay. So as Numan mentioned, we have started 9 years ago. 212 is our seed investor. Actually, we raised from 212 with a PowerPoint pitch deck and a huge business plan. We were working together in IBM with Ali, and we were traveling a lot. And we were actually having different roles in different geographies. During our travels, we stayed in different hotels. We used different travel agencies to book our hotels and flights, etc. And we saw that the travel industry was broken. The connectivity was broken, and the booking, let's say, infrastructure was broken. And also, we were working with different travel agencies and hotels and airlines in our jobs at IBM. And we saw that the technologies behind the scenes were not enough to for the new era and for the new, let's say, new generation bookers. So we came up with the idea of HotelRunner, which is actually an end-to-end platform, a technology platform for hotels and travel agencies, where they can meet, they can make their direct contracts, they can connect, and they can start transacting throughout the platform, acting like a market network. We are bringing together all these hotels and travel agencies in a LinkedIn-like environment, and we give them the necessary tools to run their operations digitally. We are digitalizing the hospitality industry, the supply side with our HotelRunner product, which is providing booking engine, channel management, connectivity to online travel agencies, guest relationship management, and property management, all types of, let's say, operational stuff and features. And we are providing with HotelRunner Connect tools the online travel agencies to connect with these hotels and engage with them automatically, increasing both sides' revenue. So we came up with this idea 9 years ago. 212 supported us. We started in Turkey, grew globally, and now we are in 193 countries with more than 40,000 hotels working on the platform. We have, let's say, all the big players in the platform from the OTA side, like Booking.com, Agoda, and we are the dominant player in the Turkish and Middle Eastern market. So the time passes very quickly, and we are here now.
Yeah. Can you give us a little bit information? I think it will be great for the audience. I mean, you said that digitizing the travel industry. I mean, that millions of people are traveling every day. I mean, isn't it digitized? I mean, hotels. I mean, aren't they connected? What is the market right now? What do you guys see?
Yeah, let me give you some insight around this. Surprisingly, the roughly about 90% of the existing accommodation industry are still offline. So we have roughly about 15 million accommodations in the world, according to the different, the government's number or statistical institutional numbers, and the 14 million of accommodations are still offline. So the 14 million, they are not connected via any technology. You may see some sort of online presence, like one pager, but when it comes to make an online transaction, it is impossible for the 14 million. If you add on top of this, Numan, vacation rental and the daily rental business, the numbers are immediately going up to 50, 60 million, according to the Airbnb-like companies' numbers. So the industry is heavily offline in terms of inventory connectivity. Obviously, from the consumer point of view, it is immediately impacting our guest user experience. You are assuming that, I'm 100% sure that the 90% of the audience here most probably having this kind of issue. They are seeing in particular agency a different photo of the same, the property, or different prices, or different amenities. These are all a good sign of having a disconnected environment. Properties are adding amenities, updating their facilities each day, each year, and they are updating their inventory almost every single second. But when it comes to synchronize all this heavily changing environment with the different channels, that in that case a problem is starting, and it is immediately affecting the guest user experience.
Interesting. I mean, for our audience, I mean, if anybody wants to ask any questions, please feel free to ask in the questions tab. We would like this communication to be more interactive. It will be great, actually. So what's happened then? I mean, what did you guys create until the pandemic starts? I mean, until 2020. How big you guys got, and then which areas you focused mainly?
Actually, during the pre-pandemic era, we were growing very fast because we became the travel tech essentials provider of the industry. As we are providing all the necessary tools for a hotel to make them online and digitalize their inventory, and also the necessary connectivity to the online travel agencies, we became the number one stop shop for the supply side of the industry. We were growing very fast in different geographies, especially the geography that we were born, the Turkish, let's say, travel industry. All the online travel agencies in Turkey and the near geographies are using HotelRunner, like the big guns like Booking.com, Agoda, etc. So we were growing very fast. We were onboarding hundreds of properties every month, digitalizing their inventory, distributing all these inventory in real time to the online travel agencies. When the pandemic hit, actually we became the trusted advisor of the industry, because almost, let's say, all the inventory of the hotels were in HotelRunner, who actually working with HotelRunner. They are providing all their inventory to HotelRunner, and we were actually like a bank for them, protecting their inventory and their money. So we became their trusted advisor. With our support team and the customer success team, we helped them go through all these, let's say, bad times by giving them insights from the industry, using our own data, by giving them counseling and let's say consultations and all types of, let's say, support that we could do. We deferred payments. We helped them to find different customers from different geographies in order to make more money for them, help them to increase their profits even during the COVID. For example, just to give an example, a hotel in Turkey is working with different markets. For example, the Russian market, UK market, Ukrainian market, etc. If a market shuts down and the attention shifts to another market, we immediately warn the hotels and we immediately give them new online travel agencies from the specific market which is working during the COVID. These dynamics are shifting very dynamically, very quickly, and we were able to adapt our business model and our team structure and other stuff to help these hotels to make more money and reach out to more customers globally. That's why these players, the travel industry players, liked us more, and we had a much more sticky relationship during the pandemic. We didn't grow in revenues. We became actually flat, which is a very tough job during the pandemic, because all these online travel agencies and hotels lost almost, let's say, more than half of their revenues during the pandemic, during the last 1.5 years. So we managed to stay flat because we grew in number of inventory. We grew 3x in number of distributed availability worldwide, which was a very good sign for the reliability and the scalability of the HotelRunner platform itself.
So during that pandemic, then, I mean, you guys basically helped hotels and provided a lot of different options. How is the travels market in that time? I mean, I think we all live that time, and then we are still in this environment. I mean, airlines basically shut down the flights, border closed. What about the hotel business? I mean, are they still open, booking in different parts of the world? How do you compare it in the markets?
Yeah, so the travel industry is one of the most dynamic industry, because industry itself is very vulnerable against any kind of events happening domestically or regionally or globally. So that's why, their adoption muscle is very powerful. They are immediately looking for new sales methods, new markets, and new types of guests. And they are immediately adopting their, the business models as well. For example, if you look at the city hotels, they were pushing short-term stays because they were making money out of short-term stays, and all their sales models were built on top of handling the short-term stays from different markets. But nowadays, they are offering long-term stays for domestic visitors, not international visitors in certain geographies. So your guest type is, in this case, is changed from international to domestic. The duration of the stay is changed, and the expectations are changed. Even before pandemic, the guests weren't actually asking too many questions around how clean is the hotel or how it is sanitized. But now they are asking a lot of questions, even about the sanitization company or the chemicals that they are using. So because of the travel industry's highly adaptive behavior, all the business, let's say, players are adopted immediately. And if you look at the countries who are having bigger domestic audiences or visitors is winning during the pandemic. Just take US as an example. Just take Turkey as an example. Turkish market, even domestic market, is quite big. If you only let the domestic visitors to stay at the hotels, most probably they will help the local community, local hotel community to survive during the pandemic. So we are seeing the same thing in the US market as well. However, there are outlier markets. For example, one of them is Mexico. It's a great example. Strategically, they only kept airline borders for only US market because they knew from the history that their number one visitor, who is paying more than the other countries, is the US visitors. They closed other types of borders for other types of countries. They only kept airline borders open for the US market, and their occupancy rate during the pandemic was roughly about 60-65%. It is unbelievable. Obviously, some risk at the same time, but these kind of emerging countries are heavily, let's say, getting too much actually revenue from the travel industry. So that's why they are taking the premium, obviously, but at the same time, they are paying some, something for this as well. On the other hand, another good thing is a lot of properties who were not dealing with the digital environment. During the pandemic, we saw that digital adoption rate has been also increased. We onboarded hundreds of properties from Africa, from Western Europe, from Latam region. These properties weren't actually able to leverage the benefits of the digital environment, but now they are looking for new ways of selling their properties. So in that case, if you push your marketing teams to work hard to get their attention, obviously, you are immediately reaching out to new customers from this perspective. In order to get their attention from HotelRunner perspective, you need to think a little bit about the short term and the tactical. However, you also see many opportunities lying in the pandemic duration as well. Because if your competitors are actually not able to deal with this pandemic situation, most probably the upper hand is becoming on you in this case. So you need to think a little bit about the short term, as well as you need to, as a company, you need to also consider the post-pandemic state as well, in order to reach out to post-pandemic states much powerful than your competitors.
Interesting. In both of you, you are in our conversation. You mentioned a lot on the partnerships and how you partner with other OTAs or hotels and everything. Can you give us in a couple examples, both in the OTA side and the hotel side? What kind of partnerships are we talking, so that we can understand what you mean with the partnership?
Well, in HotelRunner, our customers are our partners, because we have designed a platform where we are sharing revenues, and when the hotel or online travel agency or any demand player makes money, HotelRunner makes money. So with this strategy and with this vision, we are partnering with the industry players, and we are helping them to generate more from their existing inventory in terms of profit and in terms of let's say occupancy rates. So from the hotel's perspective, we are helping them to digitalize the inventory, helping them to find the right partner to sell their inventory to the end buyer, which is the guest. For example, to a hotel in Morocco, we are promoting an online travel agency in Thailand if they are willing to bring Thai guests to their hotels. So we are looking to the hotel, we are looking to its geography, we are looking to the trends, and we are suggesting them new OTA partners to sell their inventory. Likewise, we are also suggesting them payment gateways, or some website design agencies, or some revenue management agencies, in order to help them to digitalize their inventory and sell more and more every single day. So this is what we do for the hotels. And from the other angle, for the online travel agencies, we help them to acquire the right properties from right geographies for them to sell. For example, if an OTA from Russia wants to sell resort hotels from Turkey, then we are here for them to provide that resort hotel to that specific online travel agency. Or if a global online travel agency like Booking.com wants to sell hotels from Nigeria, small hotels like 5 rooms, 6 rooms, we are here for them to find that specific hotel which qualifies for their requirements, and then we onboard that hotel very easily to that partner platform to be able to sell them to their guests. This is what we do for.
Sorry, I mean, I want to interrupt you here. I mean, why Booking.com cannot reach them? What is the problem there? I mean, if you can reach the hotels in Nigeria, Booking.com also can reach it, or Expedia should be able to reach them, right?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the platform, actually. As Ali mentioned, a big chunk, very, very big chunk of the existing hotel inventory is still offline, and they are not discoverable online, and they are not the online travel agencies are not able to find them and interact with them in real time. Most of the time, there are intermediaries. So, for example, a Moroccan hotel is able to reach out to Expedia through an intermediary offline travel agency, which is based in that specific geography, collecting that inventory manually by visiting door by door these hotels and collecting the inventory, gathering them and selling them all together to a wholesaler or to the end seller, which is the online travel agency. So we are trying to eliminate the barriers, eliminate all these intermediaries, and connect that inventory directly to the partner. How we do that? We use different mechanisms like growth hacking, like partnerships in different geographies, and we are acquiring these hotels with very, very low cost, because we are a technology platform at the end of the day, and we are serving these hotels with a very low cost and scalable platform. This is the beauty. And when you come to the Booking.com example, they have their teams on the ground, on the phone, or on the web to find these hotels in different geographies. but this is an expensive operation for an online travel agency. So they have to put a lot of effort in order to acquire all these hotels, and all these online travel agencies are putting the same effort to get that specific hotel from that specific geography. What we do, we are unifying this experience, and we are onboarding that hotel on behalf of them, and we are selling that specific hotel's inventory to different OTAs. By selling, I don't mean that we are an online travel agency or a travel agency. We just act as a provider which collects the inventory and the data of that hotel, specific hotel, and distribute it in real time, with the verified content in real time to that specific online travel agency.
Numan, travel industry itself is really complex. There are many intermediaries. So I'm 100% sure that, audience may actually a little bit confused about what we are telling here, because, the industry itself is too complex. There are many intermediaries. So back to your question, there are two last mile problems for the travel agency. So the number one is acquisition, and the number two is engagement. Maybe you may build up a team to acquire new properties, but keeping them engaged is requiring a different mindset and technology as well. So you need to have a robust connectivity foundation. And this is where travel industry is having issues, to be honest. When we are thinking from the connectivity point of view, we are really heavily actually in the company inspired from the other the industries who is actually winning by actually providing a standard connectivity foundation. Let's take finance as an example. Today, finance is winning on the field via standard connectivity, which is Visa card or MasterCard. If you look at the history of the finance, when they first introduced back in 1960 the first credit card, after second year, they were roughly about 400 types of credit cards were available. And this situation didn't work for anybody in the market. So that's why they came together and standardized the whole connectivity to just solve the engagement last mile problem here and the acquisition last mile problem. And if you look at the telco industry, we have 5Gs. Again, standard connectivity is addressing a huge last mile problem for anybody in the market. However, the travel industry doesn't have this, the solution, because the travel industry is following the digital era roughly about 10 years behind comparing with the other industries like retail. So now what we believe, providing a standard connectivity here like Visa card or 5G is a mandatory for the travel industry. To be honest, we are solving this issue as a foundation. On top of this, we have market network. So this is actually maybe one of the most simplest form of what we are doing and what we are trying to solve in the industry.
Okay, interesting. So now we are in 2021, end of April. We are entering the May 2021. How do you see the travel industry and travel tech is moving forward in this year and following years? Because I think we are still in the pandemic, right? I mean, I don't think we can say that we finished it yet. We are still suffering the consequences. So what is your vision on this year, rest of the year? What is going to happen?
Well, from our perspective, this pandemic was a very good opportunity for the technology to be adopted, because everybody started using online platforms to meet or to order something or browse for something. So our lives are digitalized. So the guests' lives as well. So all these guests now became digital, more digital than ever, and they will be during post-pandemic booking most probably online, which is a very good sign for the digital part of the industry, like online travel agencies or digitalized hotels. For the provider side, it has been a very tough year, and during this year, most of the tech providers with, let's say, old school technologies, with old school business models, which are not adaptable to the new normal very easily, very quickly, had to disappear. We saw the examples of these companies, and during the next era, the companies which have the scalable infrastructures, the best technology, the adaptation, let's say, power and the speed will thrive, and we will see a consolidation in the travel tech industry as we see it. For example, there are SPACs, or there are different companies raising money, so they are consolidating in different geographies, different types of solutions. As HotelRunner, we see us as a consolidator as well. Till now, we have acquired 2 companies, one in the channel management area, one in the rate management and rate shopping area, which was last year. So we are still looking to different companies. We have a pipeline of acquisitions. We are looking to this new era as an opportunity for the consolidation. The consolidation is good because it unifies different platforms and different technologies and different skill sets in a company from different geographies. Then all these unification serves again the industry, which with better solutions and with better, let's say, support and better innovation. This is how I view actually the next era post-COVID for the travel.
Yeah, fragmentation is very high in the travel tech space. So that's why, if you look at the old travel tech players, they are very conservative in terms of protecting their local market or regional market. However, during the pandemic, all the revenue streams are heavily actually affected from the pandemic. So that's why, as Arden said, some of them are actually just, losing the game. Some of them are trying to merge in their local regions. However, the real opportunity is if you look at the other big players who weren't actually playing a travel game before. For example, Google has put tons of attention during the pandemic into the travel industry. Each month, you are hearing a new innovation from Google related to travel industry. So this is very interesting. And the second one is, if you look at from the global player perspective, you need to also search for new types of partners. Before pandemic, you were dealing with business as usual partners in order to grow your business in different geographies. But nowadays, you need to actually think a little bit different in terms of selecting your new types of partners or identifying new types of partners. In this case, for example, payment gateways, or in this case, Google-like players. You can easily knock the doors of different players in order to build a strong revenue bundleship opportunities for the market. And the other good thing is there are also tons of fundraising opportunities, because many institutional investors are also looking at this stage as a big opportunity. If you spend more time into actually getting feedback from the institutional investors to validate your view for the post-pandemic area, it would be great if you can get enough funding to disrupt the industry during the pandemic. If you look at the established 50 years old, 60 years old travel companies, they're all gone. So it is time to renovate the travel industry for certain verticals during the pandemic to make the travel industry ready for the post-pandemic.
Okay, interesting. So HotelRunner started as, the goal is to basically go and build a platform marketplace for hotels and also OTAs at the same time. And you guys started as a channel manager, and then you build on it. And you basically introduced the contract management solution or some other things. What kind of services do you offer? Like you have web booking tools, payment solution. What else do you offer to your hotels or OTAs? What kind of products are you offering to them to digitize them?
Actually, the product, we are innovating constantly, and we are adding new products and services based on the requests from the customers, from the opportunities that we see in the industry, and in order to help them to get more out of the platform, we do everything and we develop everything, I can say. So from the hotel's perspective, we offer them a direct booking engine, a website design solution, and a website builder solution to create their direct channel. And also we offer them connectivity to online travel agencies and different types of, let's say, travel agencies. We offer guest management solutions to manage their guests and their relationships with guests. We offer a mobile application to manage their hotel on the go. We offer sophisticated content management system as well for the website builder part, for the website. And nowadays we started offering the end-to-end property management system, which helps the hotels to run their daily operations in the platform. So this is the hotel side. Ali also will add some more features. So for the OTA side, we give the HotelRunner Connect platform, which helps these demand side players like online travel agencies, payment gateways, etc., to interact with these hotels. We provide them contracting, automated onboarding, engagement, and performance benchmarking solutions to help them make more out of the platform.
Yeah, for the accommodation side, Numan, our one-liner is we make travel supply universally accessible. Any innovation serving to this vision, we are definitely doing it. So from the 30,000 feet, it is like a platform, not a product. Our set of products is consisting of 3 different layers. One of them is addressing their sales problems, and second one is back office problems. Third one is contracting problems. So from these 3 perspectives, if any innovation is really serving to these 3 verticals, we are definitely, as I said, doing it. And on the other hand, we are always talking about the platform and the products, but our business model is also unique. So internally, we are always calling ourselves as a business model innovator. Today, roughly about 50% of the functionality is available for free for the accommodations. So we are commodifying the travel tech essentials in the travel space. So this is again a real bold vision in the industry. So that's why if you look at our portfolio of products, any type of accommodation today can sign up by themselves and can start leveraging any feature by themselves. So this is again a real problem in the market. If you look at other travel tech companies, they are all following the old school business models, which is very high touch. And what we believe, this is the biggest obstacle in front of the digitalization at scale. So that's why one of our mission as well is to remove these digitalization obstacles in front of the accommodations as well.
And also, what I like, you guys maybe passed this one, but as I know, as I've been working with you guys for a long time, you guys also working with your partners quite heavily, like a payment. Yes, you do provide payment solution, but we are partners. So you don't actually execute the payments. You make hotels to integrate with the payment solutions very easily, just with one click.
Correct.
So are you guys planning to bring more this kind of partnership? Are we gonna see more new products coming up? What is the roadmap looks like?
Actually, as we are acting like a market network, there are different types of players in the platform, and we are every year or every let's say period of time, we are adding new player types into the platform. The major player types in the platform are now the supply players like accommodations, all types of accommodations, and demand players like OTAs and other types of travel agencies. The third one, which also falls into the demand category actually, is the payment gateways and the payment systems and banks. So we are partnering with these. We started partnering with these type of players last year, as you mentioned, and we are also helping them to acquire new merchants and new hotels which are willing to process payments throughout the platform. HotelRunner is a shopping cart, basically. We act like the Shopify of the industry, or let's say Magento of the industry. We provide all the payment collection mechanisms and the technologies to the hotels. And when we integrate it with a bank or with a POS, online POS, or with a payment system, the hotel is able to collect direct payments from their guests or from the OTAs. For example, the website and the booking engine has this facility to collect the payments directly from the booker, from the direct booker. And also we have the back-end tools to collect payments on the phone from the call center of the hotel by sending them a payment link. Or we have facilities to split payments to different families booking the same group booking, etc. This type of, let's say, innovations we have. And also we provide the necessary tools to the hotels to collect payment from the OTAs. The OTAs are most probably sending a virtual card containing the fees and the collected fees for that specific reservations. We are getting this virtual card into the system. We actually store it in a PCI DSS compliant storage outside HotelRunner system, let's say in a regulated environment, and we help the hotels to process that specific payment without seeing the credit card information with one click. The hotel goes to the reservation, the hotel owner goes to the reservation, clicks get payment button, and the payment is collected immediately. This is a very innovative solution and a very helpful solution for the industry, and it is being used by thousands of hotels already. And all the payment gateways are willing to plug their ecosystem and their technology into this mechanism in order to benefit more from the industry.
Yeah. Market network, if you look at the definition of the market network, you will see that you have to provide a SaaS solution to the one side of the network. In this case, we are providing the HotelRunner for accommodations. And when you enough mess in your network, obviously it is bringing tons of opportunity into your business. Depending on the angle that you are looking at the market network, and depending on the partner that you would like to add into market network, it is bringing a new, let's say, opportunity. Only last year, we processed roughly about $250 million worth of reservations. These are confirmed reservations. So from this perspective, you can easily get the attention of any payment gateway in the world, because you are promising them if they become part of the market network, they will have the opportunity to be part of the $250 million worth of reservations. It is huge. And from other perspective, if you plug travel agencies in the network, obviously it is becoming another opportunity for you. From the payment gateway perspective, it is becoming a travel fintech game. From travel agency perspective, if you plug them into the network, it is becoming an inventory game. And if you, for example, plug chemical providers, it's becoming a store game. Anybody who is trying to make a business with the accommodations or the supply side of the travel industry is becoming a potential venture for the market network.
Interesting. So you mentioned $250 million reservations, confirmed reservations. So what is, and this happens with the network effect. And you mentioned also you have over 50,000 hotels that confirmed hotels during inventory. What is the end goal? Let's say 3-year, 5-year downturn. What is the future plans for HotelRunner? What are you guys planning to achieve?
We have
some numbers.
We have two ambitious goals. The first one is to reach the 1 million mark, which is the actually initial target for HotelRunner to be the dominant player in the industry. As Ali mentioned, we have more than 15 million accommodations already in the world, and we have a target of 1 million, which is actually more than 300x of the current providers in the industry. And for the 1 million, you, me, and Ali knows that what 1 million means, but for the audience, what is the inventory number in Booking.com or Expedia? Or can you give us some examples so that we can compare where you guys planning to be? That's a very good question, actually. The biggest, let's say, inventory provider in the world the online travel biggest, let's say, inventory owner in the world is Booking.com with 3+ million inventory already in the platform. So we are looking for 1 million using our software and our technology to connect to different online travel agencies. So even Booking.com have a way to go to acquire more. Not only Booking.com, Expedia, Ostrovok, and all other, let's say, dominant players in the market have still a big space to move forward. And our second ambitious goal is actually get the entire, let's say, technology infrastructure and actually give the entire technology infrastructure of the first hotel in Mars, when actually Elon Musk goes there and builds his hotel. So this is the second ambitious goal.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting. So you are saying that largest inventory owner for the travel or hospitality is the Booking.com with 3 million listings or inventory, and this includes from Ritz-Carlton or Mandarin Oriental till there is some boutique hotel or some villa in some seaside in, let's say, Philippines. And your goal is to reach the 1 million mark.
Yeah, the tricky part with the
That's
3 million is it's not only consisting of hotels. So if you look at the 15 million number, there are only hotels. But if you look at the Booking.com, in this particular example, the 3 million is also consisting of villas and daily rentals and vacation rentals as well.
Okay. Do you guys provide solution for vacation owners?
We have many vacation rental properties partners, from all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you will be basically partnershiping with them and then to expand even more.
Yeah, for example, any vacation rental partner, if they sign up tomorrow with us, they can easily start making business with Airbnb, for example. We have important partnership with the Airbnb. Or if they would like to work with the other vacation rental travel agencies, they can easily start making business with them through HotelRunner.
Interesting. I'm also looking for some questions from the audience, but I guess we explain everything very well, so we don't have any questions. Interesting. As we are coming to the end, and you guys also have the more inside information for future bookings and all that other stuff. How is the summer is looking for? I mean, do you think that we will be able to travel? Are the reservations are increasing? I mean, how is the booking rates?
It depends. It depends on the country. It depends on the country.
Okay, so where shall we go?
let's take Turkey as an example. We started to get good news commencing from the February. So if you look at the February and the March numbers, you will see 100% year-on-year growth on a daily basis in terms of number of bookings. And another good signal is, unexpectedly, the average daily rate of the hotels are increasing. It is good for the industry, by the way. And if you look at the stay durations, last year it was roughly about 3.2 days, and nowadays it is close to 5 days. It shows the guest behavior is changing also during the pandemic. They would like to stay longer. Instead of staying 2 separate hotels in a single week, now they are looking for the safe hotel to stay for the whole week. So this is also good for the industry. In Turkey, so even you can assume that a new lockdown period has just started in Turkey. Obviously, it is affecting the short-term stays, but maybe you are seeing from the news that many travel agencies are advertising 17 days long, the bookings. They are promoting this, and it is happening. We see a good signal. A lot of people started to make booking during the last 3 days. It was a real race, to be honest, and they search for 17 days bookings, especially in the southern coast of Turkey. These are all good signals. And regarding to summertime, we are expecting to see good domestic visitors in Turkish market. Depending of the political issues that the Turkey is nowadays having with some of the markets, they may be affected. But Turkey is also able to change the markets rapidly in certain periods. So what I believe, Turkey is not directly tied to Russian market. There are other markets as well. Turkey has been welcoming other markets for more than 10, 15 years. Western Europe is one of the great examples. Middle East is another good example. And Asian market is also another good example. Especially some part of the Asia who is actually not having too many, the COVID cases. Most probably they will be allowed to travel to Turkey by the Turkish government and by their government as well. So we'll be seeing a good recovering summer period, what we are expecting. The reservation pace also shows this and proves this. But when it comes to dealing with the international market, which Turkey actually expects more in terms of travel income, we'll see that different types of visitors, most probably coming from the different markets.
Interesting. All right. I guess we are coming to our end of the bridge sessions. And do you guys have any last comments? I know that I will be one that who wants to book in the hotel in the Mars, but if the cost will be forgiven, so we'll see.
we will become an decacorn maybe back then.
All right.
No problem.
Okay, folks, thanks a lot for your time. And it was a pleasure to talk to you again. And
thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
For our audience, thanks for joining us. And looking forward to having you in another bridge session very soon. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yes.